What's up, Eurovision people? My name is Sean, and on my channel, I talk about all things Eurovision. Another day, another live stream, and today we will be discussing Sanremo. The final is tonight, and I am joined by three people who can talk very, very nicely about Sanremo. Would you like to introduce yourselves, starting on my left?
No, I'm here. I'm George, and I am a regular reactor on Sean's page. And now let's go down.
Hello. Well, actually, going up geographically because this is EPIX Eurovision Guy from Estonia. I have a YouTube channel where you can mostly this year listen about Eesti Laul, and we currently, 2 days ago, filmed a preview video with SHAUUNZERS about Eesti Laul as well, so go check that out.
Absolutely.
And now this way.
Back to Italy.
Hello everyone, I'm Lucy and I'm from Italy and I'm a reactor on YouTube. I don't frequently make some reactions, but I enjoy being here to talk about Sanremo Festival. So let's begin.
And we love to see you. Thank you, Josie, for coming for the first time. Glad to have you back, Eston, and glad to have you here always, George. Sanremo, what do we think so far? Overall impression?
What do I think? So, the first night was pretty puzzling to me because I thought that the level of the songs was generally very low. And then the second night, the songs sounded much better, much more diverse. So, we got our usual good quality Sanremo at least. So, I have positive opinions. What about the others?
Josie, I know you have
I
thoughts,
think
and Eston has as
Okay.
well.
EPIX Eurovision.
okay.
Go.
Go speak. Italians first.
Oh, thank you. Well, what can I say? Sanremo has a very high competition every year, and I had almost the same impressions as George in the first night, but then things went very, very better. So the high expectations, there are always these high expectations overall for tonight. I expect some surprises. I hope for a surprise for tonight. I hope that something new and fresh will win, and that's it. But we will see because everything can happen. So there are many good songs. There is some difference, fresh songs, the news. So, did you ask me that?
I mean, Sanremo is always strong. Like even when Sanremo has a weaker year, it's still one of the better national selections out there. The problem is that we have very little time to get to know the songs because it's semifinals and then it's straight to the final basically. So for me, yesterday was a Sanremo marathon, listening through and watching all of the performances. And today morning, I just tried to remember who's who, and I don't even know who's the favorite, what are the situation in the odds. And most likely, since I'm the only one from the north, I will
Well,
have
there are
very
20
different
songs.
opinions.
But he's
I will
right
have very
about it,
different
actually.
opinions than you.
He's right because it's harder to memorize these songs if you don't speak the language. You know, Italian
Yeah.
music often relies more on lyrics than on rhythm and on melody. So it's not going to be immediate for people who don't speak the language.
I agree.
So
Exactly,
you're
and I
saying
don't
that
know
5
the
nights
artists,
are not
and
enough.
yeah.
What?
So you're saying that 5 nights are not enough
No, I'm saying
to
that
know
they
the
should be,
songs.
longer apart. I mean, Eesti Laul songs were out months ago, so we have a lot of time to get used to the songs and change your mind multiple times. Same with UMK, same with other national finals, but here it's just pushed together into a 1 week.
Part.
I agree
that's
with
the
Juicy.
beautiful part of SANREMO, that you know the song that you listen them for the first time live with the live orchestra, and that's something that not everyone does. So.
And I think SANREMO is not even SANREMO is not a national final to begin with. SANREMO is a festival, and it just so happens to pick. It doesn't even pick the Eurovision entrant. Like the winner just goes to Eurovision, but it's true. I mean, in its festivity, it does end up leaving very little time to really get into the songs. I've noticed a little bit less hype this year in comparison to last year. Maybe because there are not so many young artists who are doing really well. And also, I agree, the first night to me was really, really weak. And then the second night, we kind of picked up a little bit. So to me, it's the weakest SANREMO in the last 3 years. It's still, if we take it as a national final, it's still up there, and its quality, because it's not a national final, so it stands out. But yeah, I have to say, I'm gonna use the D word this year. I'm disappointed.
Really? I mean, maybe we're lacking more known names such as Irama, Fades, Francesca Michelin that we had last year or the previous year. There are more newcomers. We even have 6 newcomers that nobody knew about before December with SANREMO Giovani. So that may be why there's no hype from international fans.
It's cool you mentioned SANREMO Giovani, because when they said there will be 6 of them for a really, really big lineup of 28, I thought, okay, there are 6 amazing songs from SANREMO Giovani, like artists, and they want to bring them in. And actually, there isn't. So I really don't get it.
None of them are competitive enough.
You didn't see the SANREMO Giovani song, Sean? No one?
No, I did. But I don't understand why we needed 6 of them. I think 4 of them don't even need to be there.
But that's because the record labels like Sony Music, Warner Music, Universal, they want to launch new artists, and SANREMO is the best stage where they can do that. Like, it's all business.
I would love to talk about this a little bit later, because you mentioned a very good point, and I would love to get to know about this whole pushing from record labels. So we will get into it. I'm sure we each have a top 5, and we can start delving into the acts by looking at our top 5. And I'm going to start with Juicy, because I'm very curious. Who is your 5th place, Juicy?
Okay, so my first place is for Lazza. The second one is for Madame. The lowest.
Yeah, we'll do everyone's 5th, and then we'll work our way up.
You spoiled your winner.
So the lowest is for Madame.
Okay.
You're number 5?
I'm sorry, I'm going against many people's opinion, but
Marco,
who was your number 5th?
Marco
number 5. You're number 5.
Strong. Yeah.
Interesting. And why?
Yeah. Well, because Marco is a very strong song. I have to say that the meaning of the song is very strong. But this year there are many good songs also. So I would like that a new artist as the chances to show his talent. I want a new song to win, a different style, a different genre, not the usual ballad. And I think that Marco has done better song than this one. His voice is amazing, but let's give some space to other artists. And he also won SANREMO already. So.
Okay, Eston, do you have a 5th place?
Well, my 5th place could go to about 10 songs. It's honestly like I had so little time to make up my mind.
Don't make me go Devin Adaremi on you.
But for now, my 5th place is Leo Gassman. I don't remember the title of the song, I
Terzo
think the
Cuore.
song is really good. Sorry?
Terzo Cuore.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I think it's a really nice song. I don't think it's ready to go to Eurovision. Something is missing to make it Eurovision ready. But as a song, I really like it, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So fifth place.
You said you don't remember the song title. I don't remember the song.
Yeah, same here actually.
I don't remember any of the songs apart from I think my top four. So yeah.
Okay, George.
That's
My
great.
number
That's
five.
great.
My number five is Paolo Chiara Furore. I've actually been a fan of them for many, many years. Well, they were the childhood of every Italian kid who was, around in the thousands. And this comeback really feels like a early to mid 2000 songs. Even the aesthetics, I appreciate the fact that their performance was a little bit elaborate. They had dancers, they had shiny outfits and everything. And the song itself is fun. It's not for Eurovision. It's dated. I understand, but it's a type of cliche that it type of cliche that always finds its audience, and I'm a part of that audience.
I love the song. It's actually my number 6. It just missed my top 5, and I'm streaming it so much. I love them. Do they always sing together, or is it just like a Sanremo thing?
They always sing together. They disbanded in 2013, but now they're back together. So, and I think that the blonde one had a solo project in 2007, which did pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it
they're
could
sister thing.
easily have been my fifth as well, or even fourth. So good choice.
I'm surprised you like it.
They're,
I don't know
they
why.
are not even in my top 10. They have a different taste.
Oh wow. Why is that? Do you like them, Juicy, or no?
So. It's
Okay.
something not the best song that I've heard. I've heard better songs. Also from them. From their career, there are better
Yeah,
songs back
of
in
course.
the
This is an
years ago.
attempt to mimic their golden years, their sound from the early 2000s. It's nostalgic.
I love it. I'm
Yeah.
streaming it so much, and it's a disco anthem for me. But my number 5 is Lazza with what's the song called?
Cenere.
Cenere. This was immediate for me. One of the few songs that were really immediate. There are songs higher for me that were not as immediate as this one. I think it's respectable. It doesn't. I really admire, like I did with Arcomi last year. Lazza doesn't try to use fashion as a way how to seek attention. He just stands there with a jacket and a pair of trousers, and he sings a good song, and he doesn't. It's not too sparkly, or I admire that in him as an artist. And the song to me is fantastically radio friendly, well performed. He sings well, and I really loved the duet last night with Emma Marrone. They sang La Fine. This is all round head to toe ready for Eurovision in my opinion. But there are 4 songs which I enjoy more. Eston, you disagree?
Okay, so
I
now the
mean,
fourth
I
place.
don't totally hate Lazza, but it's towards the end of my list. It's really not my genre, and I don't see it doing anything in Eurovision.
Okay. Juicy, your 4th.
Yes, my fourth place is for Mr. Ring, the tallest guy, which he seems a giant, but he's very sweet and delicate. And the fact that he brings on the stage the kids is something emotional. The song, I don't really know him because I discovered in to me that he remains in his comfort place. So the genre that he brings to Sanremo is not something new. Well, and so So what emerges is the cuteness, the fact that he's just in a relaxed way. So perfect. I think also for Europe, it can make very good ranking.
Okay.
And for the reason that you said of the kids, it's my last place. I can totally see the appeal that it has. I can understand why people like it because, a lot of people like kids. They find them cute. I can't stand kids' voices in songs. They're like, but I can see why he's so high in the chart. So it's just me. And one thing that I don't like about him. No. It's not that it's childish. I just don't like how the children's voices sound. That's really it. And I also don't like his vocal delivery. He's very flat. He sounds bored. He sounds almost like he's singing, talking, which not my style. That's why I have him last.
Mr. Rain.
Yeah, but I don't really listen to him. He's one of those artists that you can totally avoid if you don't listen to Spotify playlists like Hot Hits Italia, or if you don't listen to Radio Italia when you're driving. I usually listen to international radio, so I avoid these things like the plague. So I had no idea what his style was like, and I'm not going to check out the rest of his discography, definitely.
I like it. I don't hate it. It's, I think, outside of my top 5, but inside of my top 10. I do think it's a little bit overrated. I think it's like top 3 or 4 right now in the provisional ranking.
3, yeah.
And I'm not sure how to feel about the kids. I mean, on one hand, obviously it's cute and they add a lot, but on the other side, I feel like it's been there, done that kind of thing, and it's like a, like textbook how to make people like you, even though they might not, kind of strategy. And I find it a little bit cringy, but I do like the song. I listen to it on Spotify and I like it. That's not in my top 5.
The children's voices are less present on the Spotify version.
They are.
That's more bearable.
My 4th place, probably again something that any of you didn't pick. I cugini di campagna.
Oh,
I hope I pronounced it well. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what the odds say, who are the favorites, but so probably all of my 5, except now I heard that Mr. Rain is actually pretty high in the odds, but I cugini di campagna, for me, brilliant retro Italian sound. This Italian sound I really love. They perform it well. I love their outfits and goofy instruments. It's really old school, and yeah, it's like ABBA meets Queen meets old Italian music. It's really fun. I think the chorus is great, and I really love it. I think it would be something very different from Italy that actually could surprise a lot of people.
But you know what? Old people at Eurovision, I don't understand why more countries don't do that. Send an old person. They are endearing. People like old people singing. It can be cringy, but in a cute way,
Grandmas from Russia.
Exactly. The grandmas from Russia, they came second in 2012. And I feel the same as Eston on this song. In Italy, everybody had no expectations from them. Everybody thought that they would embarrass themselves in a desperate attempt at reviving their long-dead career. And it wasn't like that. The song is actually enjoyable. So they outdid everyone.
So they were like very popular sometime.
They were popular in the 70s. Yeah, my grandma loved them.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
You were saying, Juicy?
Their song has been written from La Rappresentante di Lista. So the text is very good from this reason.
And I think that's...
And the melody is catchy.
Yes, definitely.
But I would never put them in the top 10.
And I would not...
Why, though?
No, because old people at SANREMO also know. We need young people, young talent, young artists. We like,
There's always some
so it's good.
people who appeal to boomers.
Yeah.
I mean, Gianluca Grignani is 11th right now, and the only
Oh,
reason why is because he has no competition. The demographic that he appeals to can only vote for him.
and what is this demographic?
People who
Deaf
are
people.
40, 50, yeah.
You,
Demoscopic. You want to say demoscopic?
No, I mean, also people who are watching from home who are in their 40s or 50s, they're going to like somebody like Gianluca, and that's the only thing that
Oh,
they
come
can
on.
vote
He
for.
just screamed on
Yeah,
stage.
of course, it sounds
That's
horrible.
nothing about music.
Well, he did a mess yesterday with the cover. But that's another fact because with Arisa they made a mess. They made something unsuccessful, which was not okay. But
Yeah, but Arisa is another one who is not very well liked by the public. So
really?
she's like the Italian Demi Lovato, you know. She
no,
is,
no, people like her. People like her voice. It's very
yeah, her
angelic.
voice, but her attitude, nobody likes it. She's bitter. She
I
hates the
like
world.
her. I like her. She's very funny. She's very funny.
Unintentionally funny, yeah. But can we talk
Um,
about one thing actually about Gianluca since we're discussing him?
I'm
His
guessing he's in
publicity,
none of our top fives anyway.
no, of course not. His publicity stunt that he did on the third night, where he stopped the music and said, "Oh, sorry, I'm having some technical problems. Can we boost the volume of the microphone a little bit? I made it too quiet." Like that was clearly a planned publicity stunt, just to show people how Blanco should have handled his incident. That was obvious to me. He was desperate
Wow.
for doing it.
You know,
Sounds that
Gianluca
way, yeah.
made many people lose 15 points at the Fanta Sanremo, so that was not good. Also, for this
Exactly.
reason,
But he's smart for doing that. And now he's 11th.
I
randomly.
really don't like Gianluca Grignani. It's my number 28. And it's interesting. I didn't watch the third night, so I didn't know this happened. But yeah, that must have definitely worked in his favor. And I liked him last year when he duetted with Irama. But this year, to me, he looks like he just wanted to look ugly and dated and have a terrible song. Like he intentionally said, "Let me write the worst song ever just to piss people off and somehow sneak into the top 15." That's what it's coming across to me. Obviously, this has to like not be true, but I don't know. George, you're fourth.
My number 4, I don't think that it will be on anyone else's list. It's Will with Stupido. You know, he's very endearing. It's a very cute song. I like how he's talking about how he regrets breaking up, which is not something that I can relate to. But at the same time, I don't know. I just appreciate his funky
You are
emotion.
shocking, Sean.
Yeah, Sean is very opinionated. But and also his singing style, he reminds me of Amici. So I don't know. He's cute in a way, I guess. Like he's
I mean,
endearing.
before Sean completely destroys it, I'm gonna show support as well. I actually liked Will's song. It's not in my top 5, but top 10, top 15 maybe. But I like the song.
Upper half of your rankings, though.
Yes, definitely.
Good. Sean doesn't approve. Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Oh.
And to me, these Will, Oli, Setu, who else from Sanremo?
Shari.
No, they all sound the same for me. Like they all sound like
Because
with the
that's a
auto-tune.
singing style that is popular in Italy right now. It's the Amici singing style. They all
It's a
sound like
terrible
this.
style. It's a terrible style. It's unnatural. I don't like it. I think
Yeah, but
even
it is
Jax
also
was
the
using
auto
it.
tune.
What?
Yeah. It's also auto-tuned, right?
Yeah, of course. And that's why I think it's really
Yeah,
unnatural.
and that's bad
I
because
just
in Sanremo you can't use the auto tune.
I just really appreciate Sanremo for everything live. The orchestra, the everything is live. The backing vocals, and then we have auto tune. It's like you're giving me a nice Italian restaurant which serves the best Italian authentic food ever, but just before you bring, the the dishes, you're bringing chicken nuggets.
No, it's more like having a proper Italian restaurant with all the traditional dishes and everything, and then you see fettuccine alfredo.
Like, why? Why? But I
I
don't
don't think
remember it
it
enough to
wins it,
destroy it.
though.
So if that's it on Will, I'm gonna surprise you all with my number 4,
Let's hear it.
and this is an amazing song in my opinion. It's in the bottom of the scoreboard, and I think it will remain in the bottom. But it's it's the reason why I do like veterans at Sanremo. My number 4 is Anna Oxa with the song Sali. I love it. It's a
It's very
fantastic
dramatic.
song. It is dramatic. I mean, she is Albanian. I love this screaming. It reminds me of Loredana Berthe. Get ready to destroy me because I love this. I I heard, I mean, you Italians can vouch for me here, but I heard that she was placed last in the press jury on purpose because they hate her and because
Yeah,
she's very outspoken. And, it's
she's
shameful.
an old woman screaming at the cloud, basically.
It's shameful that these jurors are placing someone intentionally last, not because of the song. But at the same time, Anna Oxa, she doesn't need to. I guess she needs to treat the people who need to give her something with more respect. I guess I don't know, but she's an old woman. She doesn't give a fuck, and I love it. I'm streaming it on Spotify. I love it. I love it.
Now I want to hear from Eston, though.
It is my 28th place by a mile. It is not a song she's just screaming. It is extremely unpleasant to listen to. The vocals just cut through you, and it's not even close. It is a terrible song, and no wonder she's Albanian because she's screaming like hell. That all makes sense.
That's
I
very
mean,
nice to all the
and
Albanians.
Did you
Anna
like the
Oksa
drinks?
means give me a stick in Estonian, so that's
Wow,
also
Anna Oxa.
not written
Well,
like
she
that.
is the only
It's
one who likes
KS,
Anna
not
Oxa.
X, but yeah.
Again,
So
Juicy,
I hate it.
You are the only one who likes Anna Oxa
Yeah.
because no one does.
I know.
Actually,
We
her
had
song is
high
in the middle of my
expectations.
ranking, but
Yeah.
What?
Italians had very high expectations about Anna Oxa, but we are very disappointed because we expected also from the look. The look. She
Yeah.
has been famous for the different looks that she has brought to Sanremo, but this year is a disaster. And the melody, she has nothing that catches people, to my opinion.
Somehow she caught me. Maybe because I don't know any of her songs, so this was new to me. And also, I mean, she won Sanremo twice, so she doesn't even care, I guess.
yeah,
And
she's
if
just
you
there
don't
to
care, why
stay.
do it?
Oh, yeah.
But
She's
I don't
very
know. I
depressing.
I loved it.
She's been famous for 50 years, so for these people, when the limelight is no longer shining on them, then it gets hard, and they want to stay desperately in this limelight. So even though she doesn't really have strong material, she competed anyway, just to remind people that she exists.
Well, moving on to our top 3. Juicy.
Yes, my third place there is Rosa Chemical. And she is very very strong this year. And this year, differently like the others, I like music, different style of music, the fresh. What makes the difference with the others is that she expresses the message in her style. So she's relaxed. The song is very catchy. She's unique from all sides.
Wait,
So tell me
It's a he,
everything as a
right?
chemical from so win.
yeah, it's good. Is it that is it? It's a guy, right? It's not
Wait,
a
what
she.
song? What song?
Made in Italy.
Yeah,
That's a
maybe
guy
Italy.
singing. That's not.
Also.
It's a guy.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
boy.
not a
Yeah,
she.
it's a he. It's a he. For a minute, I got
There is
confused
a
because I thought he
discussion
was
about
non-binary.
fluidity.
Oh, so he's
I
like
don't know.
one
I don't know
of those
anything
people.
about.
All right.
Okay, I didn't know. Interesting.
I don't have no idea how those neutral pronoun things work in Italian because it's an entirely gendered language. But anyway, Road Chemical. Well, it's one of the favorites of the international Eurofans I've seen, and I can see why. It's very Eurovision material. It's not as scandalous as I expected it to be, knowing the type of character that Rosa is. I expected something more try hard, like Aquila Lauro, so at least I can't say that I'm annoyed by the song. It's actually pretty catchy, but not something that I would listen to. But it will do well at Eurovision.
It would. It would.
No way. It is
No,
terrible.
because there will be something different that Italy brings, but this will never happen. So I'm not making.
Thank God for that.
Your number 3, Eston?
My number 3 is a song that has been mentioned already. Is it Mr. Rain or Mr. Rain? How should I pronounce it? I don't know. But for me, actually, the children in the background, they blend nicely. I think his low vocals and the children singing higher, I think it's nice. The song is really vocally not demanding at all. It's talking half of the time, and that's kind of a problem that I have with it. But at the same time, it works. The melody is nice, the chorus is nice, and I think it would do a decent job. In Eurovision, of course, he can't bring a children choir, but I mean, he'll find a way if he does win. But for me, 3rd place.
George.
My 3rd place, let's see. Oh, another one that nobody else is going to discuss. My 3rd place is Mostro by Gian Maria. Oh, you finally somebody.
You put it in your top 5 because I like Gian Maria, the voice.
Well, I didn't really know him before because I don't follow the X Factor. But the song really surprised me. It's very strong. He delivers it in a very emotional way. And he looks like an angel. Like, the visual part is also very pleasing. So I liked everything about it. I felt like it had a full package. It's like a contrast between his angelic looks and the way that he sings about being considered a monster for something that he did. So it's very well marketed. It's the right song going to the right singer in this case, and he performs it very well. The vocals are very strong. Nothing bad to say about it, and I'm sad to see it so low in the leaderboard.
I really love it. Top 10.
The text is very deep. The message is very deep.
I don't understand it, but it sounds just very good for me, and that's enough.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I don't love it so much. I think it's like in 16th or 17th for me. I mean, yeah, I don't understand though, Eston. Like, why? Like, to me, how would you not like Lazza so much but love Gian Maria? Like, what is the?
But Lazza it's kind of rap or hip hop ish genre, and I mean, Gian Maria is very accessible and more. I don't know. They're totally different for me.
I really don't see that much difference. Gian Maria to me looks like, you remember Oscar Enestad in Melody Festival, and like the look is exactly the same. He had a song, I love it. Like he was wearing.
Okay, no. Gian Maria looks much better. Oscar Enestad looks like a little doll.
He looks exactly like him. My number 3 is Marco Mengoni. We talked about him a little bit already. I think it's a good song. I do think it's gonna win. I do think he might deserve it, but I just wish we could be a little bit more surprised Måneskin style. You know, like for the Sanremo experience, I was really like my first proper Sanremo was when Ermal Meta lost to Måneskin, and that was a fantastic experience when everyone thought that he had it in the bag, and all of a sudden, boom, this new alternative band just sweeps Sanremo by its feet. and then they went on to win Eurovision.
And I hope
I
that
wish this
something
could have
similar
been.
happens next.
I agree. I hope.
Like,
I mean,
bang.
I might be wrong,
Surprise.
but I think there are other acts that could challenge, and I'll talk about them a little bit later.
But you know what about Marco? First of all, he is universally respected both by the public and by the industry here. So when the SANREMO participants list came out last year, I knew that he was going to win, and that looks like what's going to happen. His song is very, very safe. It's the typical Italian ballad, classy, well performed, but predictable. People from abroad will certainly like it because that's what they expect from Italy. We will get another good result at Eurovision, mid to lower top 10 probably, and we can be proud of it. But at the same time, I wish that we will keep taking risks as we did 2 years ago with Måneskin.
So is Marco one of the favorites?
He is the favorite.
Their favorite. Oh, thank God! For once, Italy can actually send a song that I like from the start. Actually,
It will be shocking if anyone
they
else wins.
grow on me. Oh, okay.
Juicy, your silver medal. Do we still have Juicy? Okay, Eston, you might go first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, my second place. Oh, she's here. Is she? Juicy, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear. Okay, I'm good.
So you're second.
Okay, go. I might have some problems now, so I'm solving them.
Okay.
Eston, let's
Well,
go.
continuing with Marco Mengoni because he is my second place. I think this is the most Eurovision ready. He has a great voice. It is a typical Italian ballad, but I love typical Italian ballads. And as you mentioned, so does the rest of Europe, pretty much. So I'm certain this would do a really good job. Top 10-ish is very realistic. And I just think it would work in Eurovision. It's not my favorite Italian ballad ever, but still very nice.
I do think it would work at Eurovision, to be honest. But something tells me that now this is only by Italian standards, so what I'm about to say is completely annulled on a Eurovision argument. But like George said, it's too safe for me. It's too predictable for Italy to send, and it doesn't mean that that's going to translate into less votes. It'll probably do well in the jury vote when it's that predictable, I guess. But I don't know. I wouldn't be able to root for Italy like I have in the last 2 years, I think, if Marco Mengoni went again, especially knowing what was sacrificed if he goes. George.
My number 2, and I can't believe that I'm saying this, is Levante with Vivo. I never liked her. I always found her to be very pretentious, and this song is also quite pretentious, but I just really enjoyed. I enjoy the energy. I enjoy how she looks like a hybrid between Jeffree Star and Halsey on stage, which I find very funny, and I always appreciate a comical element. And it's just very catchy to me. Yeah. I know I'm in the minority because she's down to 23rd in the ranking, but
Giorgio, she would have been in my top 5, but the live performance was absolutely terrible. She could not sing live. I love the studio version. I love the song, but the performance was just so terrible that I can't realistically rate her that high. The live performance just completely ruined it for me. But I love the song.
The vocals. The
vocals were terrible. She could not hit one single note correctly. She was off-tuned the entire song.
That's actually bad for her because she's expected to sing well. She is a critically acclaimed
Well,
artist. So that
I
was
would
better.
expect everyone to sing well in Sanremo, but she was terrible. Absolutely awful.
I don't remember the fact that she was terrible. I don't remember this. I'm gonna check again, but that
Yeah, she
sounds
was out
very
of
good.
tune. Yeah, she was
I can't
straining the
believe
notes.
I
I
didn't
can't
pay so
believe
much attention.
I'm about to say this, but I agree with you, Eston, on Levante. I do like the song. I like her the most. When she did Sanremo with Tiki Boom, that was one of my
It's the bomb.
favorites. Tiki Boom.
Tiki Boom.
Yes, I liked that song. But this one, it's okay, but it's true, man. That live performance was not it. And even her look, it's like, what are we trying to
She's
do here?
uncomfortable there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
I
not
said
good
it.
with
Like she
looks.
knows she can't sing live, so she's like a bit awkward and apologizing, like, sorry, I know this is a good song, but I'm terrible.
Juicy, have you found your second place?
Yes, my second place is for Madame.
Ooh.
Madame for me is one of the best. She can win in parallel with the Rosa Chemical because she has her own style, but she makes music that enters in your mind immediately. With the
Very well
sound
said.
of the music she brings in this year
She's
is
hypnotizing.
very amazing. What?
She's hypnotizing.
Yes, and she's very expressive on the stage. So
Hmm.
she transmits everything. It's on a hit. It's a bomb.
Hmm.
Her song is
And
like a bomb for me.
I even loved her outfits. Like I thought that everything worked for her, and that's why she's my number one. By the way, I will say it right
She
away.
has
She's my
improved.
winner tonight. I'll be televoting for her and
Me
hoping that she
too.
will be in. Very well said. And hoping that she will be in the top five, of course. And what do I like
I
so
hope
much about her? I feel like she is an artist who appeals both to young people and to people of older generations. She is very respected here, even after her incident with the coronavirus vaccinations. As an artist, she is seen positively. And she has a vision, which I think is very important, and she's been carried in on since the beginning of her career, which is very admirable. And this song just keeps showing how talented of an artist she is. I know Aston doesn't agree.
I don't remember her at all, but I wrote down some notes for every artist, and I just wrote down, not memorable, I don't like it.
It might not be a memorable
But but
hit
I but I
or
don't remember a single part of the song or a melody or a sound. Nothing.
I know. For an international audience, it might not be the best,
It's my number
but
two as well.
ooh,
Madame is excellent. I don't like her songs usually, but this one was so immediate for me. The sound is so different. It reminds me of those songs that we used to hear in the early 2000s that would be put on these magazine shows, something like
mhm.
give me more, like Britney Spears, but Madame style. And the whole lyrical content, the message, everything is just so well thought out, so excellently done with such artistry. I I really respect this. Like I said, I didn't tune in for Madame coming into this, and I watched Madame live in Milan. She was
Ooh.
in San Giovanni's concert, and I really wasn't impressed by her. And all of a sudden, this song comes here, and this is one of the songs that I wish Italy could. I mean, this is the weakness of having Sanremo as a Eurovision selection, because the best festival di canzone might not be the song you want to send at an international contest to stand out and do well. And I think Madame certainly might not place
Did we lose you?
Eston froze.
Am I back?
Sean froze. Yeah, you're back.
So yeah, Madame is my number 2. I love it. I would love it to win over Mengoni, but it's probably impossible.
Oh, it's impossible.
So I'm the only one who
So-
doesn't like it.
Yes. Number ones. Although we already know Giorgio's number 1.
I already
Giorgio,
said
why
mine,
don't you
yeah.
tell us your number 2 actually?
I already said it. It's Levante.
Oh, okay. So Juicy. Yeah, I forgot Levante. Juicy,
Yes.
your number 1.
My number 1, Lazza. Lazza is very a surprise for me because the guy is a rapper, but he has a very big knowledge about music. He plays the piano. He knows a lot of things, and this music, the one that she brings in SANREMO, is like Madame's song. So immediate, very, very, very good, but overall, under the song of Lazza, there is Stardust. Stardust is, for me, the greatest producer in Italy. He was also under. Okay, yes. So the fact that there is Stardust and he
Dardas has left the building.
But it's true that he's considered to be the best urban music producer.
I love Lazza's song. I mean, it's my number 5. To me, this can go. I have nothing much more to it on Lazza. But Eston, you do not like it.
is very weak.
Eston, tell us your number 1.
Yeah. I am so surprised it has not been mentioned and will not be mentioned, since I know both of your top your
Hold
one
on.
already.
I can already tell what it is, but go on.
Wait,
Okay, tell
tell
it.
me it's not
Tell
LOD.
it. No,
Of course
God,
not.
no.
Okay.
Of course not, exactly. If it were just for the song, just the studio version, it would be my number 1 by miles. No question even. But the live performance was lacking a bit, so
LOD.
that's why Marco Mengoni is close second. It's Ultimo.
Oh, I knew you will say that.
Oh,
For me, it's clearly by far the best
No.
song in SANREMO. It's
No.
not even a question. I listened to them on Spotify, and this was the only song that really made me listen, made me check out the music video. And this is by far my favorite. Vocally,
real?
it was not the best live. He couldn't hit the low notes, and the song needs a better vocalist to make the final chorus a bit more. But the song itself is really impactful. It's brilliant. I got goosebumps, and yeah, I would love it if Italy sent this.
Really? I mean, he's known here as a singer for 15-year-old girls. His songs are all more or less the same. Like, he always uses this poetic, quite generic poetic lyrics, and his discography is also very unidirectional. All his songs are like that for 4 whole albums. So I'm actually
But for me,
surprised.
I have no idea about that.
Yeah, of
My
course.
only information is that song and that
But
performance. So
I'm
I
actually
mean, you all
surprised
guys
that
know
you like it so much, because everybody here and abroad also were talking about how that song was not memorable. Like, everyone was afraid that he will win.
Oh,
And then-
that's the most memorable song.
I don't
Immediately.
remember anything about it.
no, how can you?
I mean, the piano
Song,
is just
no.
brilliant.
A
He
melody,
plays the piano in every song.
even Anders.
pass me a trophy. But it's
I mean, the
interesting.
piano melody is the most memorable part, and the chorus, and yeah, that's an earworm for me.
As a chorus.
It's interesting because we are 3 Mediterraneans versus 1 Northerner here. So it really tells
Yeah.
on how our music tastes vary according to what we're used to, in our countries. For instance, I don't think Ultimo's memorable at all, and I love Anna Oxa, who I think has an amazing vocal performance. As much as you can laugh, I think it's fantastic. I think there is a cultural aspect to what comes down to our tastes, and we will
Of
not even
course.
begin to talk about Blanca Paloma because she's not in Sanremo.
Let's not.
But it, I, mm, I mean, this is my number 11th, yes, so it's not that far down.
Not bad. Not bad.
But I really struggle to remember it, and I've heard it more than 3 times. I don't think it's memorable at all. And
I've heard it
Ultimo to me
twice.
looks like someone who is trying really hard. Like, the veins are coming out of my neck trying to sing the song. Like, it's just so off-putting. I really don't
The
get why
song
it's
needs
so
a better
popular.
vocalist. I
He is
mean,
he is an old style type of Italian singer songwriter. You don't really see any of them anymore these days, and he's the only one who's still successful doing that. But my concern with him is that his fan base is also very unidirectional. Like I'm telling you, girls between high school girls basically all love him because he's very poetic. So they put his lyrics in Instagram captions. But at Sanremo, he's successful in the televote because people who voted Sanremo are basically the fan bases. People already made their mind up mostly and just vote for whatever artist they prefer. And teen girls are the most faithful fan base you could have. Otherwise, Taylor Swift wouldn't be a thing. So he's successful because of that, but he didn't convince anyone else to vote for him. Like, it's still the same fans as usual. He's not getting any new fans from this song. But I'm surprised
well,
that you like it.
I think it would do like as well or not even better than Marco Mengoni in Eurovision. I think it's a sound that Europeans broadly would really enjoy.
I don't think it would
Ultimo,
be memorable enough.
really? I think the Europeans
Yes.
will place him last.
No, not last, but not as high as
At
Marco
least
Mengoni.
Northern
Me
Europe,
last.
Central Europe, I
I
think
mean,
would really
I
go
say
for it.
last.
He's my second to last actually. He's my 27th in the Sanremo ranking. I'm prejudiced because I don't like
28.
him, but this song is exactly like the rest of his discography. So it's not that I put it there because of a prejudice. I put it there because it sounds like a bunch of other songs that I don't like.
Well,
Yeah, you know the
Does
battle
someone
is
have
between the
like
fans
our
of
chat
Marco and
on speakers?
what?
Oh, I asked her if she has speakers, but she doesn't.
Oh.
If she has
Oh.
headphones, but she doesn't.
My number one, we've discussed, I think someone has talked about it already, and you can sing with me. Il sesso,
Occasionale,
no, il sesso,
forte.
Rosa
made in
Chemical.
Italy,
Ah,
l'amore, Rosa Chemical. I love this. This is fantastic. So, it's sexual, borderline pornographic, but it's also
Where's the sex
classy.
in that song?
See the
Yeah,
lyrics
exactly.
and you'll get it. And it's also classy the way it's presented. I really like this dichotomy of the sex and the class. And the song is an earworm for me. I mean, Ultimo, I don't know, but the Rosa Chemical song to me is a really, really good earworm. I really like the lyrical content. Like I said, he says, Rosa Chemical, yes, I'm a little bit of a pervert, but I know you won't judge me. And I think it's a human emotion. I mean, to be horny is a human emotion that at some point we all have to experience, and I think anyone who does not experience it might be missing out.
Okay,
But-
but
And ultimately it comes down to the song. I love it. I'm streaming it so much, and I know this is not going to win, but at least I'm really enjoying that. Even the press jury, they ranked this decently high. I think it came top 10 in the press jury. A song like this, I would have expected to be destroyed.
And that's good. And that's good. I
a song
would
like
like
this,
to
I
be
was expecting
represented
it to be
in
destroyed.
Eurovision by Rosa Chemical.
There you go. I think it would be a good representation, either him or Madame, to kind of sway away from the obvious Mengoni, and I just love it.
But you know what, Sean? You were talking about the sex song, but I expect the sex song to be sung by somebody attractive for me to enjoy it. And Rose Chemical looks like a stinky rapper with face tattoos. So
It's true. The look is not great. I'll give you that. And also, I don't get why people wear sunglasses on stage. Like, why?
because it makes everybody look more attractive.
Does it?
I guess it hides some
So
bags under the eyes.
we tell people, oh, you have really nice eyes, but at the same time, they're attractive when they wear sunglasses.
Yeah, maybe they have like some ugly features around the eyes or bags around the eyes or something that they want to conceal, and sunglasses are for that. That's why you should never judge somebody's looks if they're wearing sunglasses.
I don't know. I mean, in the video, he's not wearing sunglasses, and it's true. You know, he looks different. I think he
The
looks
video
more
is
like
amazing.
raw. The video was fantastic. Like that's where I really fell in love with it, because
It's
the live
very
performances.
cool.
Yeah, the live performances
like
at Sanremo, you can never really tell before the audio file.
Johnny Depp movie.
Yeah. So Rosa Chemical is my number one. There are three acts that I'm surprised. Well, not really surprised, but we can talk about them because they are up there. They are in the top 10 of the provisional ranking, and I did mention LOD. I'm surprised no one mentioned LOD. I can't stand the song. What do you guys think?
I don't think anything of it. It does. I can't even remember it. It's quite disappointing from LOD because I like most of her discography, but this song doesn't really go anywhere for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a nice song,
I like
but
Melody's
I mean
song.
nothing special. It's
Yes.
just nice. It's like a bit of Dua Lipa style and
Mhm.
nothing special. Nothing.
Yeah, she's an
It's
Italian
just a pleasant
Rihanna.
pop
Yeah,
song.
you know,
That's her style.
among the other beautiful song, it does not emerge.
Hmm.
There are better songs that comes up. So her song is a little bit low, but she's good. She has performed very well also in terms of the vocals. Everything is good, but with the other song,
I never liked LOD's songs. I'm sorry. Like Bagno Mezzanotte, Vertigine. I think it's too much almost. Like there's
commercial.
something about her that I don't know what it is. It gives me almost try hard, but she doesn't look like she's even trying. Does that make sense? Like
No, Sean. She is considered to be effortlessly cool. She's like a Rihanna. She, has a lot of hit singles. She's a hook girl on many rapper songs. She's considered to be cool, like very effortlessly. She has a bit of a trashy style that you might not like, but she's not trying too hard.
no, the songs. I mean,
Did you
the
watch
songs are try
yesterday
hard
the
for me.
performance of Melody at the cover?
Which one?
Did you watch the cover
Did you watch
performance?
it?
Yes.
No. Who did she sing with?
No, the
An
cover,
unknown
no.
rapper.
Okay. It doesn't do anything to me. But someone else that we
You should
didn't
watch
mention.
Melody's performance of yesterday.
Maybe I should. Why?
She should
What?
have gotten a more famous person, though, like, to perform with her.
Yes,
She ended very low in the
yesterday
rank.
she has shown a different side of her.
Mhm.
So when she plays a more, I don't know, rock song, her voice comes up better. So I think that her style should be a little bit modified. She's better with other songs, not with the classy songs, but with the gritty ones, the strongest.
She can pull off many styles.
Yeah.
It's
But it
interesting.
does sound very radio friendly, and I'd assume that they play it on radios quite a lot.
They will.
Yeah, her songs.
Another act that is firmly in the top 5 or 6, I think now, that none of us have talked about is Tananai.
Oh.
Eston, I would have expected you to like this song.
I think my favorite ballad outside of my top 5 is actually LDA. Don and I maybe second after that ballad wise. I think it's a nice Italian ballad, but something is missing. It's not really that memorable, and I like it, but I don't love it. It's good, but not great.
I agree with you. It's cute, it's sentimental, it's different from Tananai's previous discography. You know, he became famous last year from ending last with a quite embarrassing performance, and people started feeling bad for him, but at the same time, they started liking him unironically, so he became sort of a joke act that people actually liked. And now he's trying to distance himself from that image and build himself a more long lasting type of career as a serious singer songwriter, which I think is a great move. This song is cute, he's doing well, could be better, but you know, he's serving his purpose.
I
Respectable.
think he will be in the top 5 because many people like him. I like the fact that he made something different, like he said, from the previous performance. So the fact that he comes up in a different style, more elegant, more delicate, and that he sings well for the first time in Sanremo, that attracts people.
Okay, I don't think he's singing perfectly. He's just better than last year. I mean, you can tell that
Well,
he
better
smokes a
than the
lot
last
from
time.
his voice is very damaged. And that's why he's singing a song that is not vocally demanding. I think the marketing here is on point for him, so good for him. He needs to stop smoking.
It didn't take us long for you to bring up your carbon neutral agenda. You should do a cover night with Ariete.
Oh,
Like
you know, I'm against smoking.
he
It
looks
smells
very
bad,
carbon
and for
neutral
a singer,
herself.
it's not good. You have to respect your instrument.
Yeah. I was really looking forward to Tananai before the songs came out. I like with that song title, Tango. I was expecting something that would blow the roof off.
Something
And
Spanish.
yeah, like something, after his big success with Baby Goddamn and La Dolce Vita, I was expecting this to just blow us out of the roof and, overturn his
Me
chances from
too.
last place straight as high as he could possibly go. And then, like the song started rolling in and Tananai shows up with a ballad. And I was really, really disappointed. It's a nice ballad. I'm streaming it. I like it. But to me, it just comes across as too like he bought a How to Win Sanremo book and he just wants to make himself as popular as possible. Maybe like you said, George, to remove this joke image. And everything is looking so desperate. Like the song looks like the most Sanremo like obvious choice ever. The video with the Ukrainian story is looking like he wants to get sympathy and like he wants, I don't know, it's like he's using something that he knows will get people hooked so that he can use it to his favor or whoever is planning these things. It's just looking too desperate for me, and I don't think you should win or achieve any success by trying to emulate a formula. I think at least he gives me the impression that he's a better artist than that. And even though this is my number 7 out of 28, I was really disappointed.
It's not a winner song. It's only there to, get a brand
Not
new
at all.
image. That's it.
I actually remember liking his last song, I think, but not the
Sesso
live performance, the
occasionale.
song. Yes, yes, exactly.
I
But
liked
yeah,
it as well.
live
I
it was
didn't think it
terrible.
was bad.
Yeah, it was very a cheerful song, better than this one for
That
me.
song was unlistenable to me.
And
Impresentable in 2022. No, no, no.
his vocal performance, even though okay, he might not have the best vocals, but a song like Sesso Occasionale does not need great vocals anyway. But this one really does need. I don't think he had bad vocals on Tango. I didn't notice any major flaws personally, but the whole thing, like I think he could have done so much better, so much better, so much better. Um, One more act that I'm not surprised we don't have because we are all born in or right before the 21st century, but one of the big favorites coming in was Georgia.
Oh yeah, but I'm a big fan of her actually. I mean, she's very respected in Italy, both by the industry and by the public of all demographics. It's just that the song is not as strong as everyone expected. It was a letdown. It sounds like a cute throwback '90s album track with the synthesizers and everything, but it's not very memorable. She also strained her vocals on the second night when she performed. Yesterday, she sounded much better. So people are a bit disappointed in her. She redeemed herself yesterday with the cover with Elisa, but the song is not strong,
Yes,
and I
that
don't
was
think
very good. That's the fact when it's very popular.
I
So
don't think we will
definitely
see
are
her
very
in
strong
live
and
again.
popular. Expectations are so high. So it's and when you don't respect the tastes of the public, then everything goes down.
Mhm.
That's terrible.
I mean, yeah, for me, I don't remember it again, and I wrote down, meh, nothing here for me, boring.
And I agree, again, surprisingly. I don't like the song. It's really dated. It's really like even the production looks. This is probably the most dated production we have this year in Sanremo. Like those ting ting, like kind of bell sounds in the beginning. It's like so 90s, but bad. And I, like I said, we expected a lot from Georgia because she's a big deal, and I'm all for bringing these old names to Sanremo so we can remember how great they are and keep them in the industry. I don't mind if you have a song from the 21st century. Elisa last year, to me, had a great song, and she deserved to come second. Even if she came top five, I think it would have been decent as well. But Georgia for me this year is just, if it wasn't for the ballad, for the cover last night with Elisa, I think she could have finished outside the top 10 actually.
That's true.
I mean, those are two classics that they sang. People were going to love them regardless.
Yeah, and it was a great duet.
Hmm.
One final question: who's gonna win tonight?
Oh, wait. Before that, you know how yesterday for the multi-stream I also said the results of the international vote? I also did one for Sanremo, the international fans. 152 people submitted their rankings. So if you guys want to hear the top 10 from the internationals, then
Let's go.
let's go. So the internationals give 1 point, and I'm already surprised, to Ariete, Mar di Guay. 2 points go to Pale Chiara Furore.
Okay.
3 points go to Colla Zio Non Mi Va.
I like that song. It's
I
my
really
favorite
like it as
Sanremo
well.
Giovane.
4 points go to Myra Sattei 2000 Minuti, which I also really like. It's my number 6.
Nice ballad.
Then 5 points go to Marte Mingoni Due Vite. 6 points go to Lazza Cenere. 7 points go to Colapesce di Martino Splash,
Oh, we didn't talk about them.
as we shouldn't.
That was actually really, really good energy and really nice.
Then we have 8 points for Elodie Due, which is not surprising. 10 points, and this is with 755 points, to Rosa Chemical Made in Italy. And the favorite of this 152-person international vote with 931 points is Madame Il Bene Nel Male. Yeah, Eston is surprised.
If
That
the
top
rank
is
two
annoying.
are terrible. They're like in my bottom two, or bottom five. The top
Eston is
two
a
there.
northerner.
are not terrible, they are perfect.
I agree with my fellow Mediterraneans on this one.
Yeah, this is the international Eurofans opinion.
I think the international
Well,
Euro.
I'm the old one out here, so I shouldn't be surprised.
And by the way, last place for the international fans with only 34 points is Modal Ashimi, which I gave 3 points to. So 10%
What song?
Modal Ashimi. Ma che giorno è? That one.
Moda.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
I gave it 3 points out of 34 in total. So I'm 10% their points. But it's very dated. I mean, Moda were popular 10 years ago, and they came back after many years of silence with a song that sounds exactly like 10 years ago.
It's in
The
the
international-
general.
It sounds good. I mean, for Italians, for people who know Italian music from day to day, it's different, of course. But I would say that for Europeans in general, you could send any Italian ballads for the most part, and it would still be loved and liked by Europeans because of the Italian language and the melody that is
Exactly.
just known. So I think Moda would be really liked as well.
Last year we came sixth with that performance.
It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad.
It was
remember
terrible
that
live.
It was terrible.
The song was a winner to begin with, so it
But
can't
the
go
song
from
doesn't matter if it's performed and sang
Yeah.
that terribly.
Blanche has
And also,
entered the chat.
Blanco looked awkward as well. So yeah. No, but Blanche,
The staging was not there, the vocals were not there.
but Belgium
Blanche is
2017 is
typing.
another thing because that was part of her image. She was selling herself as the awkward little girl who is terrified to be on stage, and that made her endearing. People liked her because of that. Last year, Brave Day was supposed to be performed with more confidence and with less awkwardness, and Blanco brought a lot of awkwardness.
And speaking of Blanco, let's close off with Blanco Gate.
Oh.
Eston, do you know about this?
I did watch it, yes.
Thoughts?
What do you think?
I mean, I don't have strong opinions on this. It was not, a nice thing to do. At first, I thought that maybe it's staged, maybe it's meant to be like that. It fit the image, it fit the performance. But then I saw, that the crowd was booing, and I didn't like that either. So, I mean, I'm in the middle, quite neutral about this. I don't hate it, I don't like it. I mean, it was not a nice thing to do, but I don't think he should be crucified for that either.
Well, I am a person who does not believe in cancel culture, but Blanco
Exactly.
almost makes me believe in it. I think that was so disrespectful,
you know what?
shameful, and like the stage people had to clean up that mess.
He should have offered to clean it as well.
He should have taken Gianni Morandi's broom and said, "Listen, bro, I made the mess. I'll clean it." If I was Gianni Morandi, I would have told him, "You clean this mess, and then 5 minutes I'm gonna come check, and if it's not clean, you're swallowing the broom." And the boos were right. Ultimately I think it was a publicity stunt.
No, it's not. It was not. It was never going to benefit anyone.
I don't
You
know.
know what?
I
He
think
just
it was
acted like a bratty teenager in the
which
end.
he is.
Which he is, yeah. I mean, he is one of those currently popular people who came out of nowhere and now they think that they're on top of the world because they have some popularity. His song is that he was supposed to perform is the lead single to his new album. It wasn't doing very well commercially, and so it was already showing signs of his career declining, and this one is definitely going to tank his career for good. Like, I don't see how he's going to recover from this anytime soon. And it was very disrespectful, I agree, but he's going to get a slit on his wrists, and he will learn the lesson, hopefully. He will humble down, and that will be it. No need for punishments, like dramatic punishments, like jail time, as some people have been suggesting.
Oh, yeah, of course not.
I mean, maybe it's a good
He was
lesson.
very
I mean, he definitely needs some humility and he needs a lesson. So maybe that's it. Because music-wise, I've heard some of his songs, and they've even been played in stadiums before football matches in Estonia. And I mean, I like his music, but the attitude is it's not acceptable. Yeah,
And that
maybe
was a
he
pity
got too
because
popular in a too young age.
he was presenting his song, and so he destroyed everything. He was so bad that I had to change channel because, he makes these kinds of things during his concerts, like breaking some chairs. But this kind of attitude is not okay in Sanremo because the public will booing you all the time.
Yeah.
You can't do this on a public TV on the first channel on a very
50 million people watching you.
stage. You can't be like this.
I felt bad
What did
for
they talk about on stage after the mess? What did
he
he
was
say? What
trying
did
to
the
defend
host say?
himself. He was just saying, well, I was not hearing the sound in my earpiece, so I thought I would just have fun. He said this, and he made it even worse for himself. And I do feel bad for the crew who had to clean. I do feel bad for the next singer. Actually, the next act was a speech about violence on women, so he stole the spotlight from this important segment. I do feel bad for the flowers, which did not deserve to end up like that. I don't feel bad for him because something like that needs consequences, and
Absolutely.
he's
And
going to learn a lesson.
I do think, publicity stunt is not the right word, but if you said that he's tanking, his songs are not doing as well as maybe he expected them to, he would want to create some drama so that he gets people's attention. And I do
It
think
was
that
not planned though. Like no industry executive would have approved of this. It was just all in his mind.
that he, I don't think that it was real that he was not hearing the thing. I He wanted to catch people's attention if his
Could
music is
be.
not doing well, and it ended up. I mean, I'm not gonna say it ended up backfiring because unfortunately these things do catch the attention, and especially bearing in mind how weak Sanremo first night was, all I knew, like my Italian friends, all they were telling me was about Blanco's flowers, not about Marco Mengoni
Yeah.
or I don't know, Ultimo. Like it was all about Blanco. So fuck him.
But that's
But
because the
his
scene was so bad to be shocking. It shocked me, and I
yeah,
am still shocked because I would never expect something similar. Okay, he is a little bit crazy, but to do that, I mean, you have to be courageous. Also,
To think
it's
that he
not
was
good.
singing for the Pope last year.
No,
guys,
that's a contradiction.
thank you so much for being here. With Blanco, we will leave you. Thank you for anyone who watched. If you do like the live stream, please like the video, subscribe to my
And
channel,
someone
and
commented also.
GERD's. Yes, we had some comments a little bit. Thank you for those as well. And that's it for national final live streams as far as I'm concerned. We
No
will be
Melody
back.
Festival.
Oh, Mediocrity Festival.
Yeah. I'm not following it, so
We will be back in April when we will have 37 songs. And until now, have a good afternoon. Watch Sanremo tonight. If you want to watch Malta Eurovision Song Contest as well. There
Watch
is
and
Eesti
Eesti
Laul.
Laul. You've got 9 shows to watch, so have a good one tonight, and we will see you later. Bye bye.